my wife does a great job. She's doing all the hard work. I'm doing like 20% of the business. She's doing like 80. At the end of the day, I'm just sitting at home, giving people a call, following up with emails and stuff, doing admin. She's the champion behind everything, behind all this success. Like, she's the number one. Since I had my injury, my leads kind of went to the roof. It was a kind of fun because I was like, what are we going to do? How come we're going to manage this business? And after that, I think that was the week I made like $8,000 in a week or so. Gyms is great. You just need to know how to work with gyms. It won't give you everything, but it will give you like a lot.
So Bruno, welcome to the Gyms podcast, and it's great to have you on because I remember meeting you at training. You were real pumped up, and you had all this. You had previous experience, which was great as well. And it's always great to see the enthusiasm. And I think you've been in business for 6 weeks or something. And you sent an email to Jim or your franchisor and saying how well you're doing, and you pretty much already paid off your business already. So it was great to see that you're doing so well.
Yeah. Hey Joe, thanks for organizing this podcast. So yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I was pretty excited on training. We recorded a interview there as well. That's the second one. And it's pretty much, yeah, I was been 5.5 weeks when I paid off my business, and now I'm on week 8. So it's actually, yeah, it's starting up pretty good. Thing is, actually, I had an injury. Yeah, I'm out of the job field for the last month. So it's pretty much, I bought the franchise, went to training. Then once I started, I was 2.5 weeks into work, and then I had a knee injury. So yeah, I'll be another 4 weeks out of the field, but yeah, it's working out very good.
So how have you been running the business then? Has it just been you've had employees, or have you been doing it then?
Well, so pretty much my wife's doing all the hard work at the moment. I'm doing more admin, and I'm taking phone calls and following up with clients and everything. But my wife, she's going there, doing the quotes and talking to them and organizing the team to go and help her because she can't do everything on herself because we're pretty busy. Like, so we can't just stay like, we have 2 employees right now.
Okay. Yeah,
they work with us all the time. So that's how busy we are from 8 weeks into gyms.
How quickly did you get the employees? Did you have them from when you started, or how quickly did you get people on board?
Well, it's pretty much like we never know when we start a new business. We never know what's gonna be like. In my first day, I think I had like 9 leads from day one. So I was like, wow, that's a lot. So I started driving around and locked in jobs, and it was going like better than I expected. So I was like, wow, and I need people. And then I had a business before, but that was on the Gold Coast. I tried to get that stuff to come here, but it's kind of an hour drive. So they're like, oh, no, we're good down in the beach. So, yeah, we start trying to find new people. Then we trained a couple, like I think of five or six people. And then we got the 2 best out of those 5. And they are with us too. Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty good to hear. You put on someone so early already, and you said just to encouragement for other franchisees, you tried 5 people and you found 2 out of 5 that were good for your business. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like we train, like we welcome everybody that wants to work, but the thing is, like sometimes they're not the right person for the job. Like I don't mind training them or giving them like try to talk to them like what I expect them to do in the jobs, but sometimes they're just like they're born for someone else, not for cleaning.
Yep. And how do you find these people?
Well, it's pretty much on Facebook, Brazilian community. Because it's a massive Brazilian community in Brisbane. So I was pretty much, I made a post there, and then I had like lots of inquiries. Then I picked 5 out of those. And then out of those 5, I've got 2 people that are with me at the moment. So it's been pretty good.
And how do you go about assessing someone? Like, what are you doing with them? Are you just taking out them on a job, or how did you make sure that the 2 you got were good? Like, what were you doing to try and go through that process?
Yeah, so pretty much like what we do, we organize a meeting with them first thing. So we talk about everything, how long they're in Australia and what their plans, what experience they had. And then after that, we just take them to job sites. Usually like we try to train them, especially bone cleanings, like when there's no, like the customers, they know around and other stuff. So they are free to try their best. Because sometimes when the client's there, just look at them, they kind of sometimes they can feel the pressure. So we also like usually try to take them like bone cleanings where no one is there. So we start training them, and then we give them like a kind of week or 2 training. And after that, we pretty much, we pick 2. At the moment, like 2 stops enough, but in future, we probably have to increase it. So we've got new spots available.
Yep, that's great. And you've got a perfect customer rating, which is fantastic to see. So what to you is good customer service, or how do you go about quoting a job? Because like cleaning, it's quite when you think about it, everyone, obviously there's better customers and good customers, but like I think it's one service I've always said in gyms that if you get a good cleaner, it's one thing you will refer. Because it can be quite hard to find someone who's trustworthy and who cleans your house maybe to the same standards as what you would expect. So maybe to talk about customer service from your perspective and why do you get 5-star ratings all the time from your customers?
Yeah, so pretty much what I do, like I call the customers straight away. Like once they made inquiry to the call center or website, I call them in like 5 minutes. Like it usually straight away. And that's good to hear that people like, wow, that was quick. Like the other companies, they don't do that. Even like a job that we've done, I think 2 days ago. So I rang them straight away. And she's like, wow, that was quick. And then she rang someone else, another company. And then she's like, they didn't even get back to me. I was like, wow, we pretty much, first thing, they give it a call. And if they don't take the call, just send them a text. Even like if they don't reply to text, I send another text later on. Like I really try to get my clients. If I get a lead, I'll call them, I don't know, like 5-6 times and text them until they reply to me. Even if they say like, we don't want your service, that's all right. But I don't stay here sitting here just waiting for an answer. I go after the answer.
That's fantastic what you said then. And I love how you said 5 or 6 times because studies have shown people don't answer an unknown number. It's like to the sixth time or something. And you might know from yourself, I'm the same. I don't answer an unknown number. Although I don't know, and I love how you persist with it. I think that's really good advice for franchisees to listen to because that's the way it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's it. And at the end of the day, you paid for the lead already. Like if you have the client or if you convert or not, you paid for the lead. So you gotta try. It's not that easy. Like the gyms like gives you leads, but you need to work it out. Like gyms doesn't do everything for you. It gives you the phone number and the rest it's up to you. If you want to chase them or if you want to just give one call and give up, like it's up to you.
It's great advice, and I think that's a really good one. And I was going to say as well, what's your conversion rate with your quoting? How many do you convert?
Well, we pretty much in numbers, I would say because I've got lots of leads already. Like in 8 weeks, I think I've got 119 leads.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, something like that. And I think I converted like 80.
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the rest pretty much didn't pick their phone up.
Now, are you quoting in person or you're doing it over the phone or how do you quote?
In person. That's what I say to them straight away when they ask for a quote. Even if they say like, oh, I'm just chopping around. I say, look, we don't do that, gyms. Like we go there, we have a look at your job, we see how big it is and how's the house conditions, then we give you a quote. And it's fair for them as well because they always say that I ended up not overcharging them. Because if I need to charge someone through the phone, I'll think about the worst case scenario. Yep. So sometimes you show up, like when you go there, the house is not too bad. So it ends up being cheaper than if you give the quote through the phone. So that's pretty much how we do. We go there all the time.
And so is that how you deal with the price objection? Because I presume you get a lot of people who just go, give me a price over the phone and it's only 3-bedroom or something. So is that how you say to them, like, I don't want to overcharge you?
Yes.
I've got to come and look. Yeah.
That's it. And sometimes they just don't want it. And that's fine. Like I really I'd rather miss the lead than quote a job. Then I go there and I found out I underquoted so bad. And the worst thing is when you at the client's house, if you quote a job, like you talk to you call them or talk to them and say, look, I underquoted, I need more money. Like that's not a good thing. That's pretty way they don't they face it's not very happy. So pretty much what I try to do, I go there. If they don't want to quote visit, I kind of let them go. I don't quote the jobs without going there. That's my advice.
And that's great advice. And how do you do your quoting? Like quoting's obviously a bit of an art to it, and you obviously with the more experience you get better at it. But how are you working out your quotes, or is there any tips around quoting?
No, so pretty much I have 2 years experience in cleaning, but my wife, she has 80 years experience because she lived in Belgium before moving to Australia. So she had a cleaning business over there. So she has heaps of experience. So we just go together, and then once we leave the client house, we just start discussing how much would that one be, and I give my price, she give her price, and then we kind of work out in the middle. But it really depends on the conditions. For example, a bathroom, it can be done in 30 minutes or 2 hours. It really depends how the conditions are. So it's kind of, you need to go there, and then I think it's more experience. It's hard to quote when we don't have experience. But once you know what you're doing, once you walk in, this job is going to be $400, this one will be $200. Yeah, so straight away. It only takes 5 minutes. That's what I say to clients as well. When they don't want someone to go there just for a quote, I just say to them, look, it's going to take 3 to 5 minutes. I'm just going to pretty much go there, have a look at everything real quick, and then just leave. And also like what I do after that, I send my quote in writing, so they know everything that I'm gonna do and I'm not doing it. So pretty much I send every single thing, like bathroom clean, bedroom clean, and everything that I'm gonna do in the bedroom, everything I'm gonna do in the bathroom. So if they want to add something or remove something, it's up to them as well. So that worked pretty good, yeah.
Oh, perfect. And I was going to say, have you been happy with the income you've been making in the business so far?
Yeah, so far it's pretty good. Yeah, look, like it's business. Like some weeks you're gonna get $7,000, other weeks you're gonna get $3,000, other weeks you're gonna get $2,000. Like you never know. Like it really depends on the week. Like for example, this week I've got a really good start. Like I'm pretty much booked out and it's Monday. So, and the thing is like, but last week it wasn't that busy. So that it really depends on the week, but we are pretty happy, and we never, like, we didn't need pay for work guarantee at all. Not even close to that. So we are pretty happy. And also I really like, I need to say that because David, like he's the best like franchisor on my point of view. Because pretty much like he gives you really good advice and all the income and everything. Like he always helped me out. Like we talk after out of 5 days, we talk at least 4 days a week.
Wow, that's great support. Yeah.
Even if I don't have any dramas, I just call him and like we just talk like ways to improve the business. Like pretty much like we speak. Like he rings me sometimes. I need an advice from Airbnb, so I gave him the advice. Like I need the advice for something else. He gave me the advice. So he's a champion. So if I'm doing well, he's got a side. He's got like a participant side on there as well. So
it's great to hear that. The support's been awesome. It's really good to hear. And I was going to say as well, it's great to hear you've paid your business off already. Like it's a pretty great return on investment. Whereas you bought like another, let's say you bought a site-based franchise for 6 figures, it'd be a lot longer to make that back. So it's great to hear you've already paid it off.
Exactly. That was 5.5 weeks. Yeah.
It's amazing.
I had a really good, like, because it was pretty much like, I think I was at like 30, 20, or like 15 grand, I think, something like that. Then I just had a massive week. So I just paid off the franchise after that massive week. So that was...
well done. It's amazing. Yeah, I love Jim loves seeing those sort of emails and success stories, and we love sharing them because it's great. Because as I said, you're so enthusiastic at training. I was just like, let's hope this enthusiasm keeps going when you start, because it can be like a wave business, as you would know. So it's great to see how you made a really good go of it.
No, but that's the thing that I always say to David. Like people need to realize that gym's just a tool. It won't give you everything. Like it gives the leads, it gives the name, but you need to like go out and find work as well. You can't just stay home and wait for the leads. Like what I do, I build relationships with like property managers, with NDIS carers, like all that stuff, especially like Facebook marketing as well. My local community area, like I make some posts there. I got some jobs out of there as well, and it's been working pretty good.
Well, let's talk about it, because I reckon it's a great point which you make, because there are some people sometime who might just sit on their hands and think it's, I'm not getting 50 leads a month, Jim should give me all the leads and all that sort of stuff. So let's talk about how are you then, you mentioned how you're proactive in it. So are you going in, you mentioned property managers and NDOS, for example. How are you building those relationships with those people? What do you do?
Wow, pretty much like you just show them the service you provide. Like pretty much, it was a funny one that I've done a bone cleaning. Like I called it there. I went there. I called it there. It was nighttime. I didn't see that his apartment was covered in mold.
Right.
Like every single wall, every single piece of the ceiling. So I called him. I called it like, I think it was like 2 hours of work that I calculated in my mind. Ended up taking like 16.
Gee whiz.
Even there, like the property manager was like, oh, it's not done properly. You need to come back. And I was like, yeah, I know. So when I went there, she was there in person. So we started talking. She was like, your job is amazing. Even that you had to come back for a few things, but you have done a great job. So I ended up doing a bone cleaning for her private apartment, like for her.
Okay. Yeah.
Pretty much she doing a job that even I had to come back, but she knew that I've done a really good job. So pretty much she just asked me to quote her job, so her private job in her house for bone cleaning. So I'm doing the bone cleaning of her house this Saturday. So that's how it works. And then she just passed my number to different like property managers, and that's how it started.
And how about the NDIS stuff? So how you been proactive with that?
So pretty much I've got the first NDIS. It was a lead that came through gyms. And then once I got that one, I talked to the guy, and then I didn't know like how NDIS worked. I just rang him and he talked like, yeah, you need to invoice this email and you can come here like 2 hours a week. But then I rang Dave. Dave's like, oh, you better check because sometimes can be scams.
Yep.
You never know. So I rang the carer. She's like, nah, he's good. You can keep working for 2 hours a week. His plan, got money in there. That's all good. Then I started that one. Then my second one, it was in the Facebook group chat that someone was just, I need a cleaner for NDAS. But I don't think the people that coded it, they did have experience on NDAS because they just coding the whole job instead of coding like what the government says per hour. They just sent a nice message. They were like, say, look, we've got insurance for your police check. And then we're going to charge like $56.23, which is what the government asks us to charge. And then we can start from there and all these things. So she gave me a call and then we discussed about it. She was happy with the service. So she gave me another 3 clients. And then, yeah, that's how we started. Yeah.
That's great. So obviously it sounds like it's simple advice, but it's, do a great job, do it well for whoever you're doing it for. And you would hopefully generate the referrals from their networks, which you've done.
Like the NDAS guy, like the NDAS people, like sometimes they just need someone to talk as well.
Yeah.
Just like, even if you clean for that for 2 hours, like it won't cost you anything if we stay there like another 15 minutes just to talk to them. They really appreciate that. Like sometimes you just go there, you talk to them, you find out what they like, what they don't like. Then you just you bring it up. You start a conversation. Sometimes like those people are having a hard time. I have an NDAS guy that they have to remove a part of his leg. So he was just like saying to me how bad it was, like not having a leg. And pretty much like I had surgery on my knee. So I said to him, like, I still have my leg, but I can't move. So we're kind of the same boat. So we started that conversation like just like that. And we went off for like an hour, just having a conversation on the phone. So he was pretty happy. He's like, man, I'm really happy for you and your cleaners to come back every week. So I'm doing 4 hours a week for him, like every Friday. So that's great. That's very good. And there he actually for the first day he asked him for 2 hours. But then after we had a conversation, everything, because I said, man, we can help you out with more than cleaning. Like we can put your clothes in the washing machine. Yep. We can put that in the wardrobe. Like we can help you out. It doesn't need to be only cleaning. So they really appreciate those things. And my clients are pretty happy at the moment. Yeah, as you said, I've got really good 5-star ratings. I've got like 18 on Google and 16 on survey. Yeah.
Mate, you're off to a great start. You got perfect ratings, so that's a good thing. So really, really good. And I was going to say as well, has the expectation married up to what you're doing? So obviously you would have done a bit of research on gyms before you started, and there's expectations around everything. Has it married up with what you've been doing now to what you thought it would be?
Wow, it's actually better than I thought. Like,
it's good to hear.
Yeah, the thing is like, when you know in the system, like when you don't have a franchise, like first, as I said to in training, I didn't know that gyms was a franchise. I thought it was like one company with like thousands of employees running around.
Gym would be a lot richer if that was the case. So yes,
yeah, that's what I thought. Then one of my mates like, oh yeah, then he said that his mate just bought a Jim's Moe franchise and he was booked out with a few weeks. And I was like, wow, so I'll have a look into that. And me and my wife, we just decided to stop working with Airbnb because we were doing like Airbnb all the time. In Airbnb, it's kind of hard. Like after a year or a year and a half, just it's too much. Like every day you're dealing with pressure, and you only have that time, like from 10 to 2 to finish everything. And sometimes you have like 8-10 apartments in a day. So it was crazy. So we just like, what are we going to do after this? Because we didn't want to start another name from zero, like just from the scratch. So, and then we were living in the Gold Coast. So then we came back to Brisbane because I lived in Brisbane for 6 years. Then I went to the coast to live with her. Then we lived there for 6 months. And then after that, we just decided to move back to Brisbane because I love Brisbane. So, and then we were like, yeah, just let's start a Jim's Cleaning franchise and see how it goes. And then we look at the price and everything, and then it's affordable. It's not like very expensive. It isn't cheap, but it isn't like something crazy. So I think if you save, if you have like savings, like if you want to have a business, just start making savings today. Like save like, I don't know, $200-300 a week in a year or less than that. You can buy a franchise. So that's the thing.
I'm glad to hear it's been really good. It's been it worked out really well for you. I'm glad to hear that. I was going to say as well, the training. You love the training. you're very enthusiastic during the training. So has anything from training that you've taken into the business with you from what you learned back here at Maruba?
Yeah, no, the trainers, I was impressed because like it's a lot of information, but the thing like you pick what you want to like, what you feel that you're going to take in the future. Like that's what you kind of absorb more. And then more things like how to use gyms online, gyms jobs. I was kind of, I'll learn down the way, but like I was trying to pay attention to what Jim was saying, what the other guys were saying as well. So it's pretty much like more business advice than like computer advice. So there was pretty much like, especially customer service. Like I've always been a good guy in customer service. Like I always loved customer service. Since I was like 16, I used to work with people. So like in a pub and stuff. So I always loved the customer service, like see people happy and everything. And I think that makes the massive difference. Time management, it's another big thing. Because if you don't plan your time, if you don't plan your jobs, you're losing money. And it's all about time, and time doesn't come back. So you need to make as much as you can in a certain time. Otherwise, just like kind of wasting time. And if you're in business, that's what I always talk to David as well. Like, even if I don't have any job, like let's say today I don't have any jobs, I'm going to jump on a website. I'm going to email some companies. I'm going to do a follow-up. I'm going to organize my social media. I'm always in business. And yeah, since we started, that's the other thing as well. We paid off the franchise in 5.5 weeks, but we didn't have a single day off. Like, it was pretty much every day from like 7 in the morning to 10 p.m. Like from doing cleaning to admin, marketing, everything. So it was kind of full on for like, It was...
But that's new business. You got to work hard. That's the thing, right? And I think what you said's been fantastic advice. Like, don't expect gyms to hand everything to you. You know, you have the brand and you have the leads, which is a great start. Yeah. But then if you put in hard work like you have, and you do all the things what you've been doing, like you can just go like this, which you've done. Whereas other people who might not do that same level, you're not going to have the same sort of start as what you have.
Yeah. No, I think it's all about having a bit of experience as well. I think like, I had experience, so I know where it could start. It's not like that was just going there fresh and I didn't know. And I know when you go there fresh, you can still make money, still run your business, make your business very successful. But the thing is, like, I think it just takes more time, takes longer than you had experience. It's like everything in life. Once you have experience, you just go there and do it.
Yeah, because you, as you said before, you've had an independent business before. So you know how hard that can be, doing something from scratch and coming into gyms where you don't have to worry about a lot of that stuff. You can just worry about the work and doing the quotes and stuff. I think it's a really good thing what you've said, and you know that's a really good thing for anyone looking at coming across, because we do have a lot of independents who struggle and they do come across through gyms and do really well. Yeah,
no, that's it. Like gyms is great. You just need to know how to work with gyms. Gyms is a tool. It's a system. It doesn't want it won't give you everything, but it will give you like a lot. So that's
a great quote. Now, what's your plan for your business moving forward, Bruno? Like, you paid off your franchise. Like, are you just looking to expand or more going to make it more lifestyle focused as well? Because I know you're a DJ as well. So I don't know how you work with that but.
Well, so pretty much like my first goal now is go back to the job field, because I had, as I said, I had knee surgery. So I've been like 4 months already.
Yeah.
So without going to the job sites and do like.
What'd you do with your knee? An ACL, or what'd you have?
It was meniscus.
Oh, I've had the meniscus out. Yeah, I've had that out. Yeah.
It was an urgent surgery, so 8 weeks recovering. So it's still got a month. I still got to stay on for another month. So my first goal now is like go back to the job field. So then I can, I can still give people, I can still talk to people, call people, but it's not the same when I go there and like talk to them first.
I get you.
Like, look, my wife does a great job. Like she goes that she's doing all the hard work. I'm doing like 20% of the business. She's doing like 80%. I'm just sitting at home. At the end of the day, I'm just sitting at home, giving people a call, following up with emails and stuff, doing admin. She's the champion behind everything, behind all this success. Like she's the number one. So pretty much, we just like we've been working together. Like it's a kind of great partnership, because since I had my injury, my leads kind of went to the roof. It was a kind of fun, because I was like, what are we gonna do once I injure myself? Like, how come we gonna manage this business? And after that, I think that was the week I made like $8,000 in a week or so.
Oh wow, that's great.
Exactly. So it's pretty much it's looking forward. Like, we want to grow the business as much as we can. That's our goal. Like,
now, when you say $8,000 in a week, Bruno, like I don't think people might understand. Like, what is that? Like a lot of end of lease cleans, a lot of bond cleans. What makes up that amount, or is it just a mixture of everything?
It's a mix of everything. Look, I've got 13 regular clients. That gives me like a good amount of money every
Are
week.
they weekly cleans or fortnightly?
Like they both.
Yeah.
But I've got but pretty much what I do to calculate how much I earn, I add every single clean and then I divide by 4. So I kind of know roughly how much I make per week, even if they like regular, like monthly clean or fortnightly or weekly. Pretty much I just divide by 4 everything. So I know like how much I kind of earn per week. But it's a lot of bond cleaning, and the bond cleaning, like I always say to people, like if I need to earn the code, I don't do the job because bond cleanings are hard. So if you think that you should charge $900 for 1-bedroom apartment, go and do it. Like that, otherwise you're gonna regret, and then you're gonna be in the middle of the job complaining about everything, and then you're still gonna have to do the job and finish in like high standards. So it's better if the client says no for your quote than he get the quote and then just underquote and spend more time than he should and not be happy with the results, But yeah, with the business growing, like we pretty much we wanna grow as much as we can. Like we don't want to, like we are not looking to have days off shortly. Like we want to grow the business, work as much as we can, so we can grow the business as much as we can, so we can kind of step out a bit, let staff do the job, and then we kind of have like work balance as well. With the DJ side, I just stopped doing it for a while. Yes, since I went to training, I didn't play after that because it's been too busy with gyms. So there was a kind of it was a kind of thing. So pretty much I just stopped doing the parties for now. It won't be forever, but for now I just stop for a little bit.
Yeah.
I just want to focus like one thing at a time. Once gyms is like on the top, so pretty much I would just go back to things that I like doing.
And how's your wife enjoyed? You mentioned your wife a lot, and obviously she's doing a bulk of the work at the moment. But how's your wife enjoying the business from her perspective?
No, she's loving it as well. She we have the same, like we think the same. Like we want to make money. Like that's the thing. Yeah, we're young. Like we're both 25 years old, so we still like we're not Australian citizen yet. So we pretty much like we try to make as much money as we can, a good reputation out there, and then try and get our citizenship in the future. So then like we're probably going to be like 30 years old with a successful business and a bit of money in the bank account and citizenship. Yeah, that's a plan.
That's a great plan. And it's great to see a couple of young people. Like only 25 is awesome, because a lot of people go to uni and they come out at your age, 25, and they don't do a job they don't like or something like that, whereas you guys are already running a successful business. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm at uni at the moment.
Oh, you are? Yeah. What are you studying?
I'm a full-time student as well. So I don't know how I manage everything.
What were you studying?
Yeah, I'm IT.
IT. I remember you telling me that. Yes.
That's what IT. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Right, there we go. Plus doing this.
Well,
bloody hell, a lot.
It's a lot. Like I haven't been going there because of my injury, so I can't really online classes. So they kind of it helps me out, but I can't really do it because of my visa. Like when I have a medical certificate, I can, but otherwise I can't do it. So pretty much once my knee gets better, I'll have to go there 3 times a week and then manage the business the rest of the time. Yeah.
And what software are you using to manage it? You mentioned time management before. How are you managing everything with software? Well, what software are you using, and how you?
I pretty much use the Gyms Jobs and Gyms Online. I use the calendar in there. So pretty much when I'm talking to a customer, I always have my diary open. So then I just organize it because I know Brisbane very well. So if they say like the suburb they're at, I just go and like, I have this client nearby, so just try to book the same trip to I can see 2 customers.
Yeah.
That's how I do, because when I started, I had like customers from everywhere. So I was pretty much driving an hour here and then driving an hour to the other side and then driving an hour back to go to the same suburb I was in the morning. So that was like, I was like, no, I can't keep doing this. It's like, I'm just spending time, spending money that's not worth it. So pretty much what I do, I kind of book for in a week, like Monday, I'll be going to these suburbs, Tuesday, those ones.
Yep.
Of course, if they want an urgent call, I just go there. Even if it's nearby, I'll just go there anytime.
Yeah.
Like I say to them, I work 7 days a week, 24 hours. That's what I say to my customers. If they want to call 3 in the morning, I'm up to. So
it's a great attitude. And I was going to say maybe what's your advice for someone looking at gyms? Because obviously you've been through everything now. Maybe some younger people, what would you sort of say to them maybe to look at, or what would you sort of say to them, advice about looking and getting into business?
Yeah, I think like, look, it's hard to go independent on the first go, especially if you're young. And with gyms, I found out like you have a great support. Like since like from training, like Sam said, I told you that I said if I had to pay, I rather prefer like paying the trainee than my uni, because I learned so much more things that I'm gonna take to my life in training than I'm learning at uni. So that's pretty much like when you learn for some, and it's not like random people that presenting training. Like they're really successful franchisee or franchisors and know what they're doing. They're not just people they found on the streets and put the talk in there. They're really good people. They know what they're saying. Like they're really good. And then things like first thing when you go to training, like your mind just opens. I think you need to have your mind open when you start a business. It's not gonna go the way you want. Never gonna go. Like you can have a massive start like I had, but it could be like a really low start. Like it could be having like two, 3 leads in a week or so. Like you know, because it doesn't depend on gyms to get the leads. Like it's customers that ring the call center. If they don't ring, you won't have leads. You know, it really depends. Like that's why you don't have like they can't guarantee like you're gonna get 50 leads a week, because they don't know how many leads they're gonna get. So pretty much like you need to have an open mind that you can't rely on the system. Like you need to go out there, you need to do your marketing, you need to do like your local area, especially like local marketing. I think is the best. Like you just work in your area, suburbs nearby. Like you drive 5-10 minutes. That's great, because if you start driving like 40 minutes, you give someone a quote, that person like it's gonna reject your quote. So it's like pretty much 40 minutes to go, 40 minutes to come back, plus 20 minutes and write the quote. So pretty much you spend 2 hours and you didn't get anything from that. That's what I say to people: try local business, even if it takes more time. But you kind of at the end of the day, you're gonna find out that you're saving time and money. I would say just like if you're young and want to do something, like just jump into gyms. It can be any division. I know that they all gonna be successful. Like if you follow the protocol, you follow what they say, like just do it. Like you can't go wrong. And if it goes wrong and you're young, you can always look to something else. That's the thing. That's how I think. That's how I decided to come to Australia, because I was like, if it goes wrong, I just go back to my home country and restart again. Like when you're young, you have these choices.
Yeah.
You know,
it's great advice. It's great advice, Bruno. And thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate your time, and you provide some really good advice. And I love what you said about being proactive in your business. I think that's the key. A lot of times people think they come into gyms and it's going to be, yes, gyms will give you some leads, and let's hope it's a lot of leads. But if there's times when there's not leads, what are you doing about your own business? What are you doing about it? And you said all this fantastic stuff. And I love what you said about the 5 to 6 times. You'll just keep calling them until they tell you no. I think that's a fantastic attitude. A lot of people don't do it. So I think that's a really good bit of advice.
Yeah, because this like you can like watch some videos online as well about like how, like especially about leads, because if you pay for the lead, it's paid. Like it's not you already spend money on that. So if it takes like 5-10 calls, like do it. It's that, like, doesn't cost you anything to give them a call. So I keep trying. If I need to ring them 20 times, I do a ring 20 times. But even if they say like I don't need your service, then I stop. Or if they don't say anything, I just keep doing it.
I love it, Bruno. It's great to see your face again. Thank you for joining us today on the Gyms podcast. You're a great success story, and as I said, it's not often we get an email from someone after 5 to 6 weeks saying they've paid off their business. So it's a fantastic milestone you've done, and you're well ahead of a lot of other people. So you're doing a fantastic job, mate. And you're right up there in terms of great starts, and I'm sure you're going to build a massive business however you guys want to build it. Well done to your wife as well for running a great business with yourself.
Yeah, no worries. All right. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Bruno. Appreciate it. Thank you for listening to the episode of the Gyms podcast. If you want to learn more about the Gyms Group, head to gyms.net or call us on 131 546 Australia or 0800 454 654 New Zealand. And if you did like the episode as well, please make sure you leave a review or a comment or a thumbs up or a comment on the video as well. We appreciate your support. And until next episode, we hope you have a great week.